A lot of my clients have this problem where they know what they need to be doing, but they just can't quite get themselves to do it. And they can't quite get themselves to do it for a number of reasons. Sometimes it's because of mindset. Sometimes it's because of the systems that they're using. Sometimes it's any number of things. I want to introduce a tool to you today that is going to help you step into that version of you who is completely and fully capable of doing what you need to do. This tool is not woo whatsoever. It's used by so many elite athletes for decades and decades. It's used by elite performers. It's used by elite business people, elite salespeople. I use it myself and it's been so helpful and I cannot wait to introduce it to you. Hi, I'm Amber Deibert and I'm a performance coach for enterprise and strategic salespeople. My sweet spot is helping people get out of their own way. My clients are the kind of people who know what they need to be doing. They just can't reliably get themselves to do it. And that's where I come in. I help with mindset tactics and also productivity tactics to get you performing at the best that you've ever performed at. And I help you do all of that while getting 2+ hours back every single workday so that you have time for your family while you're crushing your goals. Okay, I'm so excited to talk with you about this topic. It's something that has been revolutionary for me, revolutionary for a bunch of my clients, and I'm finally reading the book on it, which is even better than what I even imagined. I'm talking today about alter egos. So Todd Herman wrote the book about alter egos. It's called The Alter Ego Effect. And he outlines exactly what this is, exactly how to do it. It's so fascinating hearing the stories in here. One of the questions that Todd poses in the book is, who is the alter ego? Is it Superman or Clark Kent? Think about that. Who do you think it is? A lot of times you'd be like, oh, it's Superman. That's the alter ego. But that's not it at all. Clark Kent is the alter ego. And I really see this as such a good analogy for so many of my clients and so many of you. You're pretending to be Clark Kent when really there's a Superman inside of you. The real you that's ready to come out is perfectly qualified, perfectly capable, doesn't have all the resistance that this other version of you has. And by using the alter ego idea, you can step into that version of you. You can use this tool for so many different reasons. You can use it for showing more confident on your sales calls. You can use it for showing up more confidently in your task list and getting things done. You can use it for your workouts. You can use it in your relationships and your interpersonal relationships. You can use it as just becoming the best version of you that you want to be. And that's what we're going to talk about in this episode, how to step into that stronger, more focused version of you on demand. Okay, so first I'd love to share my story with using this. I have created multiple different alter egos, and that's one of the tricks. You can create as many as you want. I have an alter ego for caring for myself. I have an alter ego for who I want to be as a person. And I recently created an alter ego at the gym. So we're going to talk about this and how this plays in, but one of the things that you want to look out for is, where are those hesitations? Where's the resistance that's coming up? And what are those thoughts that come up? So I've been working out with a trainer for about 6 months now, and I love these workouts. I'm learning how to strength train. I feel like I'm completely changing my physique. I've been having so much fun. And inevitably, at some point during basically any one of the workouts, those thoughts come in of like, oh, you're not good enough. You're not going to be able to finish. You're going to make a fool of yourself. There's somebody right here watching your every move, and you're going to show him that you're not tough enough to be able to do this. All that mindset garbage comes up of like, oh, what if you're not strong enough? What if you didn't get enough sleep? What if you didn't eat enough yesterday? What if you're going to make a fool of yourself? What if you're going to fall? What if you're going to crash? Just all that stuff comes up into my brain. When I am not having those mindset thoughts go through my head, I am completely confident and I'm more than capable. And this is something that Todd Herman says. A quote from him is, "You're not faking it. You're being the real you without the resistance." A lot of people who are putting on this alter ego and pretending to be somebody else feel like they're just faking it. They're not being the real them. But the fact of the matter is, this alter ego is just releasing the real you that was in there. So in my workouts, I created an alter ego. My alter ego is someone who has fun, has an enjoyable time in the gym, but also gets it done. Does not mess around, doesn't quit, doesn't sell themselves short, just gets it done. And so whenever I feel those thoughts coming up of like, you're not good enough, this is not going to work, you're going to make a fool of yourself, you're going to break down, you're going to smash your face into the mat, I don't know. Whenever those thoughts come up, I'm like, nope, we're not doing that. And I snap into my alter ego. My alter ego just says, we're getting it done. We do this, we don't make a fuss. And do you know what happens? Every single time. Like, this is just evidence that I'm not faking it, I'm just being the real me. Every single time I finish all the sets. Where before I was like, oh no, you're not gonna be able to finish. You're gonna have to take a break. You're gonna have to quit. This is gonna be too hard. You're not strong enough for this. Instead, when I step into my alter ego, it's actually easy to complete. I mean, maybe not easy, but it's not that hard to complete the sets. I get all of the reps done. I don't make a fuss about it. I just get it done, which is exactly what that alter ego is telling me. It's just wild to see how much our mental garbage holds us back and what a difference that makes to our emotions, to our nervous system, to our brain. It changes the chemistry of what's happening in your body when you have those negative thoughts about yourself. And using an alter ego is a really easy way to just change those thoughts. Just behave as if you were somebody else. You may not even know that you have different alter egos. There may be different versions of you where you show up differently at work than you do at home, or you show differently with friends than you do with your partner. You might already have this effect in play and not even know it. So I'd love to give you some other examples of other people who have famous alter egos. First of all, Kobe Bryant. He created the Black Mamba, and he could step into that alter ego whenever he needed to. Another popular one is Beyoncé. She created the alter ego Sasha Fierce because she felt nervous on stage. She even in, I think 2007, had an album titled I Am Sasha Fierce. And after that, she retired the alter ego Sasha Fierce because she had stepped into that version of her so many times that it became her. She no longer had to pretend or try to be that version because that was who she was. Another interesting example that Todd Herman says in the book is he says that one time he was speaking on stage and he met Bo Jackson backstage. And Bo was asking him what he talks about, and he talked about alter ego. And Bo was like, hey, Bo Jackson has never set foot on the field. When Bo Jackson was younger, he was too emotional. He would get really fired up, really angry. And his coaches were like, you got to calm that emotion down. That cannot happen on the field. And at the same time, he'd watch the movie, I think it's Halloween, the one with Jason in it, with the face mask. And he saw that Jason was emotionless and he just got it done. And so Bo Jackson adopted that alter ego. And whenever he stepped onto the field, that's exactly who he was. I was watching some documentaries about singers this past weekend, and I saw two more examples of it. Chappell Roan isn't her real name. Chappell is her grandpa's name, and Roan is a song that he liked. And she talked about the difference between Chappell Roan and who she actually is, which is Kaylee, and how those two personalities are so different. She said Kaylee just likes to stay at home and craft and is introverted and likes to be by herself. But Chappell Roan is so bold and out there and ambitious and doesn't care and says what she wants to say. And she's created these two different identities for herself that she can step into at either time. Another example of a singer was Victoria Monet. She talked about the idea of a leopard and how a leopard was exactly who she wanted to be and exactly who she wanted to embody. And so whenever she needed to, she imagined herself as a leopard. Which of these alter egos hits home for you? Are there some examples in here that sound really interesting that you would love to try to adopt? Okay, lastly, I'd love to teach you how to create your own alter ego. First of all, define one particular area of your life. You can create as many alter egos as you want, but I would start with just one for one particular area. Maybe it's exercise, maybe it's at work, or on sales calls, maybe it's as a parent, maybe it's with yourself. But just pick one area where you're feeling resistance and you want to unlock a new version of yourself. Next, identify the resistance that's coming up. For me, it was self-doubt, it was self-questioning, it was feeling like I'm not good enough. Maybe for you, it's fear, hesitation, self-doubt, procrastination, perfectionism, or imposter syndrome. Once you've got that identified, then you can work on what are the traits that you need. What are the superpowers that you want this alter ego to bring out in you? Maybe you want to feel bold or grounded or calm confidence. Maybe you want to be fearless or playful or completely laser focused. I built a separate alter ego for myself and how I take care of myself. And this alter ego is so compassionate and warm and grounded and loving and receptive and present. And she's teaching me how to take really good care of myself. Okay, so now that you know the traits of the alter ego that you want, The next step is to give it an identity or a name. You can pull from real people. Maybe it's Mother Teresa that you want to act like, or Gandhi that you want to act like, or maybe it's a professional athlete that you want to act like. You can also pull from fictional characters. Maybe there's somebody in a movie, just like what Bo Jackson did, that really resonates with you and you can step into that character. Maybe it's one of your mentors or somebody that you aspire to be like, and you just step into how that person would behave in this situation. You could also be inspired by an animal. Maybe it's something like Kobe Bryant with the black mamba, or maybe it's something like Victoria Monet with the leopard. Or you could even step into past versions of yourself, or maybe even future versions of yourself. See if there is some outside person or character or animal that inspires you. That's the kind of person that you want to be. Okay, the last really interesting thing about this, as Todd Herman was doing research about alter egos, he found that nearly everyone who has an alter ego has some kind of an artifact that clues them into when they're this person. So Todd himself had graduated college. He wanted to be a sports psychology expert, but he said he felt like he looked really young and people didn't take him seriously because he looked like a 12-year-old. And so he created an alter ego for himself who had glasses, because to him, glasses made someone was smart, meant they were informed, they were well educated. And so whenever he put his glasses on, that's when he stepped into his alter ego. It may be when you put on your workout clothes, that's when you step into this alter ego. It might just be a mindset shift, or you might have some kind of an artifact or totem that reminds you of when you're this person. And then lastly, just practice. Just test it out, try out being this alter ego, step into it whenever you need. Practice on just one area of your life for a few weeks until you get that down. And once you've got that nailed, then you can expand into another area of your life. I hope this has been helpful. Alter egos can absolutely help you. They've helped me a lot. Please ask any questions down in the comments, or you can come connect with me at linkedin.com/in/Amber Deibert. And if this was helpful for you, please don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and send it to a friend if you think it might be helpful for them as well. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.